Have you ever wondered what it might feel like to be a real-life royal princess? Well, I sure didn't. Hey y'all, I'm Jess. One day, my heart was singing, as it always does when I deliver a new baby cow. Nothing could ever beat this feeling. After I was done, I heard a sound coming from the bushes. I went to investigate it, and to my surprise, a girl wearing a ball gown and a tiara jumped out. She looked around my age, and definitely did not look from around here. Are you looking for a pumpkin to turn into a cart and take you to the ball? The girl looked at me like I had grown another head. What? Your costume. It looks like Cinderella. Hate to burst your bubble, but it's not Halloween and you're too old to go trick-or-treating anyways. She just kept eyeballing me. What's your name? Do you even know where you are? I'm actually not so sure. Okay, either this girl has amnesia or I'm being punked. I helped her up and took her to the house to treat her wounds. She had a locket on that read Princess Miriam, and she said she just remembers running all night but can't remember anything else. I tended to her wounds and turned on the TV for her to entertain herself until I called my parents. Suddenly, I heard on the TV,
"The Princess of Vivia has gone missing. Apparently, she was visiting the US with her advisors and hasn't been seen since last night."
I looked at Miriam and she gave me an obviously oblivious smile. I have royalty in my kitchen! Should I call the cops? Should I bend the knee or something? I called the authorities and explained the situation, and two huge muscular men arrived at my doorstep, and with them, a scrawny, polished man in a suit. Hi, so I found her this morning, and he didn't even wait for me to finish and just walked past me. City folk really have no manners.
"Your Highness, where have you been? We've been worried sick."
I don't know who you are or what you're talking about, but wow, your head is so shiny, like a mirror.
"What have you done to her? I'm Mr. Ricardo, the princess's loyal assistant and protector, and I will make you regret whatever you've done to her."
He started accusing me. Okay, listen here, bald spot. Go fix yourself a nice drink and calm the
"Fix? I know how we'll fix this. Yeah, you're the same build as the princess. You can pose as her at the Earth Summit tomorrow.
What? No, I would never.
We'll buy all the farm's crops for the next 20 years.
Cha-ching! That would make the farm thrive. Fine, but this better not bite me in the rear. He smiled and directed me to the royal limousine while instructing the bodyguards to stay with Miriam. We got to the airport, touched down in Vivia, and got to the hotel. They were staying in a Royale level suite. If this is Earth, I wonder what paradise looks like. Mr. Ricardo got all the servants to tend to me and make me look as royal looking as possible. He even got me an accent coach to help me sound like Miriam. I looked like one of them hand-painted ceramic dolls by the time they were finished.
Okay, not bad. You don't exactly radiate royal vibes, but beggars can be choosers, I guess.
I just want to get this over with. I'll just push through whatever he says I should do, and then I can leave this fiasco behind me.
Oh, one last thing. Meet your soon-to-be husband.
Yeah, soon to be what now? Then entered the boy that radiated sunshine, that could feed my crops for like 2 whole weeks or something. He walked over to me and gently grabbed my hand and kissed it. I felt like my cheeks were emitting more heat than a nuclear power plant.
"It's enchanting to finally make your acquaintance, my lady. I'm Louis."
Why was he speaking like the princess do in the children's books my mother used to read to me? Oh wait, I see. He's wearing a suit that only royalty could afford. He's probably a prince and Miriam's fiancé. Wait, did he say make your acquaintance? How are they engaged if he's only just meeting her now? Oh, enchanting is all mine, my good bro, sir, grace, I mean, my lord. I nervously said and bowed my head down like they do in the movies. The prince just gave me an amused smile.
"And it is my honor to introduce Her Majesty Queen Ludmilla."
She was looking me up and down and then started circling me like a vulture.
"She's far too skinny. Why don't you have any meat on your bones, girl?"
Oh, it's 'cause I eat more chicken. I saw Mr. Ricardo facepalm like I'd just burned his house down. Wow, tough crowd. He led us to the ballroom where the event was taking place. All those fancy Marie Antoinette-looking peeps. Prince Louis held his hand out to invite me to dance. Okay, I can do this. I've seen cartoons. I just need to look agile and classy and like a swan and ow! Goodness gracious! How did I manage to step on both of his feet at the same time? Okay, I just need to grab onto his shoulders and nope, almost pushed him down. I tried to go with his gentle spinning, but I'm too nervous. Does this guy even have any idea how uncomfortable this is?
"Hey, it's okay. Truth is, I don't like dancing either, so we're in the same boat."
He said in a reassuring tone, and I smiled. We danced, had dinner, and attended a play that night. Despite my initial complaining, I had a great time. Then, it was time for me to speak during the Earth Summit. I stood behind the podium, which thankfully hid my shaking knees. I was so nervous. What if I say the wrong thing? They would all laugh at me. Wait, what am I thinking? This is the Earth Summit. I'm a farmer. I know all there is to know about the environment, more than any of these knobs in the audience do. I can do this. I started giving my speech about ethical agricultural practices, how governments should facilitate farmers, and support advances in agricultural sciences. Everyone was listening to me like I was Einstein giving a lecture. When I got off the stage, someone was obviously very happy to see me.
Oh, that was so good. I'm so proud of you, Jess. The queen might even give me a knighthood over this.
His lip quivered as he thanked me. I noticed Louis walking over to us.
Princess, that was flabbergastingly good. Usually the royalty that speak at these events seem like they're just reading off a teleprompter. But you're really passionate about this, huh?
Oh, thank you very much. I am indeed. For 2 weeks, I went to all kinds of events with Prince Louis. Whenever I got flustered or anxious, he placed a reassuring hand on mine.
You know, I've never met anyone with as much passion as you. I used to be really into aviation as a kid, but I had to put that aside to assume my royal duties. It's refreshing to see you so devoted to your activism.
That gave me a confidence boost that I didn't even know I needed. One day during a conference, I was exceptionally nervous, and he pulled me aside.
Hey, if you're uncomfortable, how about we sneak out and do something fun after this?
I looked at him in disbelief. I guess there's an edgy side to the royal prince, huh? He took me to a private military plane hangar, and we got into one of the jets. What I didn't expect is that he'd take off and show me some acrobatic airshow move. It was so much fun to feel as if I was a part of the cosmos. I guess being royal and having a pilot's license comes with its perks. And after every event, he'd drive us back to the hotel to change into casual clothes, and we'd sneak off behind his mom's and Mr. Ricardo's back, take his sports car, and we'd go have fun in the city wherever we wanted. I think I might be falling for it. Whoa! Hold your horses, cowgirl!
What am I saying? This is another girl's fiance.
And even if he wasn't, we come from two completely different worlds. I need to snap myself back into reality. I'll apologize to Mr. Ricardo and get on the first flight back to Alabama. I thought I should call home and see how Miriam's doing.
Hello?
Miriam answered with a chipper voice. Hey Miriam, how's everything?
Oh yeah, everything's great. Your mom taught me how to milk a cow, harvest the crops, and do so many things.
Yeah, that's great, Miriam, but I think you should come back to your real life now.
What? No, I don't want to go back. Snobby Queen Ludmilla forcing me to marry her son as if I'm dying to be her family. Why should I even... Ah!
She gasped when she realized what she's done.
Wait a darn minute. You got your memory back? And you didn't think to tell anyone?
She took a deep, shameful breath.
No, Jess. I never lost it in the first place.
For a few moments, no words could come out of my mouth. And then, the Niagara Falls of words fell from my mouth. What do you mean you never lost it in the first place, you entitled self-centered dirtbag?
Shh. Look, I'll explain.
I hated my life as a royal. So when we arrived in the US, I waited for an opening to escape without anyone noticing, and when you found me, I had to make it look like I didn't know who you could send me back to. I can't believe this! On one hand, I'm pissed at her. On the other, I sympathize with her. She can't escape what she was born into. Should I help her? Do I even want to? Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. It was Louis. Oh, hey, how do you do? Oh, I'm great. So there's a meteor shower tonight? I know a great spot it'll be visible from. Do you want to go watch? Oh, my heart is pounding. What should I say? I'm torn between running back home at full speed like the Roadrunner from those cartoons and really wanted to go out with him. Sure, you go on right ahead. I'll be right out. He nodded and left waiting in the lobby. I held the phone to my ear again, and Miriam was laughing like a hyena. OMG! You've got the hots for Louis? This is priceless. Oh, shut up. I was so mortified she heard that. Oh, this is perfect. You can stay there, live your wildest Jane Austen love story, and I can stay here with all my cows, horses, and chickens. She said as if it were that simple. I wished it were, though. I'll think about it. I said and hung up. I got dressed and went down to meet with Louis. We drove to a hill in a place far away from all the lights. We sat down on the grass and watched the might of the universe, as if we were the only two people on the planet. He looked me in the eyes, and believe me when I tell you, his sparkled more than the billions of stars lighting up the night sky.
You know, I'm very grateful for this arranged marriage thing. I thought it would suck, but I feel like I'm falling in love with you.
I felt a happiness I had never felt before. So this is what love feels like, huh? I feel the same way, I said as he leaned in to kiss me. Suddenly, both our phones rang.
Jess, I need you to come back immediately.
Mr. Ricardo sounded nervous. I told him I'll be right there, and I looked at Louis.
Sorry, we should go. My mother said I should get back immediately.
They probably found out we've been sneaking off. Whatever. When we got back to the hotel, we were summoned to Queen Ludmilla's throne room. In there was her and Mr. Ricardo, and he looked anxious.
How thoughtful of you to finally show up. What do you have to say for yourself? I apologize for my recklessness, Your Majesty, but you arranged this engagement anyway, and we were getting to know each other better. Isn't that what you wanted? She scoffed. No, I arranged for your engagement to Princess Miriam.
The moment she said that, it felt like the earth had stopped spinning.
I don't understand. This is Princess Miriam.
He looked at me with confusion in his eyes.
It turns out, this brat is nothing but a redneck commoner they passed as the princess after she escaped and feigned amnesia. They have been fooling us all along.
I was so scared, I didn't know what to say or do. What's gonna happen to me, to Mr. Ricardo, to Miriam? But most importantly, does Louis hate me now? I looked at him and he was looking down silently. Then he raised his head and looked his mother in the eyes.
I don't care.
We all looked at him.
What? What? I love her, and I will not settle for an arranged marriage anymore. I'm sure Princess Miriam doesn't want it either.
I was speechless. I love him too, but I can't result in the wreck of a royal family. I swallowed my pride and cleared my throat. I love you too, but Her Majesty's right. We come from two different worlds. Things should go back to the way they were. I said as my heart shattered and left the room, packed my stuff, and immediately headed to the airport. I got home and locked myself in my room for a whole week. Miriam knew something had happened, but she gave me my space. It never occurred to me that I would be a party in a star-crossed lovers trope. Jess, there's someone here to see you. If it's our neighbor, here to brag about his technique in using fertilizer, tell him to scram. No, it's not. When I went down, it was Mr. Ricardo.
Look, Jess, I regret the part I played in your heartbreak, and I want to make it right.
He handed me a plane ticket and told me that Louis has been doing all he can to find me. My heart felt like a rose that got watered for the first time in days. I have to go to him. I hopped on the first plane to Vivia. I need to see him. I don't care if the queen threatens to use her guillotine on me. When I got to the palace, Louis' servants immediately welcomed me, but they had no idea where he could be. Wait, I know, the hill we watched the meteor shower from only a week ago. When I got there, Louis was sitting on the ground exactly as we did only a few days ago. Hey, Your Highness, I jokingly said, and his head snapped quickly to the side the moment he heard my voice.
Princess! I mean Jess, you're really here!
Yes, I came back. I don't know how we could ever be together, but I refuse to let all the good we did for the environment go to waste. I want to work in your government, just as a humble employee. He smiled.
I would love that, but there's just one problem.
What is it?
A duchess can't be hired as a humble employee.
Huh? What's he talking about? What duchess?
I don't know if Mr. Ricardo told you, but I've been working my behind off to change the law. At first, my mother was completely against it, but after she saw how depressed I've been, she agreed to let us be together.
He said with a smile that could light up all of Vivia. I squealed in happiness and wrapped my arms around him. Only 1 year later, a heck of a lot had happened. Miriam returned to Vivia, and she continued being the princess, but she made sure she got her own huge farm in the palace and said I'm always welcome there. Louis and his mom went back to their country to enforce all the good ideas I had come up with for the environment. Although, they haven't been focusing too much on them for the past couple of months. I mean, planning a royal wedding puts a lot on your plate. The big day arrived, and Miriam was my maid of honor, and I wore the fluffiest bridal princess dress.